Hello everyone and Happy New Year! This is your DJ Brian Jew and you're listening to The Driving on TBS efm. Today begins the start of a whole new year, so 2012 is gone and 2013 is here to stay. Dragon goodbye, hello snake. Yes, I made that into a song. And guess what? We survived what was supposed to be the end of the world. Like the Jay Sean song, you know? Party like it's 2012, but it ain't the end of the world. So now I'm a more optimistic person. It's the New Year's Day, or it is New Year's Day, so I'd like to tell you guys all to tweet all your New Year's resolutions to us here at The Drive-In at EFM Drive-In. Just send them away and I'll be reading them slowly during the week. And today's first song comes from the 1984 film The Woman in Red. No, not the lady in red, the woman in red. And this movie was about messing around in your marriage, which is a big no-no. And the movie shows why it is. And I don't want to spoil anything for you guys because I know a lot of you haven't seen the movie, so go out and watch it if you're curious. And this is requested by 3762 and is by Stevie Wonder with I Just Called to Say I Love You. Once again, that was Stevie Wonder with I Just Called to Say I Love You, requested by 3762. And welcome back to The Driving with your host Brian Jew in the studio on New Year's Day. I'm just happy. We got a new year. We're alive and well. Everyone's healthy. And I just want to let you guys know how to get in contact with us. You can call the studio at 02-778-1013 or send us a text at #1013, but you will be charged $51, so keep that in mind. Or send us an email at efmdrivein@gmail.com or simply send us a tweet at efmdrivein. You can also request songs, send us messages, make sure they're New Year's resolutions too, because we want to know what you guys want to change in your life for the better. Hopefully for the better. And right now it's time for the scene of the day. Today's scene comes from the 1989 film When Harry Met Sally, which stars Billy Crystal as Harry and Meg Ryan as Sally. And in this film, Harry and Sally keep running into each other every so often, so maybe it's fate. On New Year's Eve, after many, many years, Harry finally tells Sally that he loves her. Yes, and how's she gonna react? They've been meeting each other so many times throughout the years that they've already decided that they aren't good enough for each other. So, let's listen to see what happens.
I really hate you.
Whoa! She hates him, but you guys can't see what's going on right now because it's radio. But in this scene, even though she says she hates him, they begin a long and passionate kiss. It's romantic. And this is one of those cases where love for someone is stronger than logic. And Sally knows that Harry has hurt her through the years. But, you know, even with pain, she still loves him. And that's what love is all about. Love is about joyous times and hurtful times and all the times that you guys spent together, whether it hurts or if it feels good. So this movie was rated very highly, and it has a 91% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And we always say that we don't always agree with what sites say, but when it's above 90%, I'm pretty sure it's a good film. So go and watch it if you haven't. So let's hear a song from this film. This song characterizes their relationship very well. And this song is called Let's Call the Whole Thing Off by Harry Connick Jr. That was Harry Connick Jr. Yes, he's a very classy man. I call him, I guess, the Michael Bublé of his time, because nowadays Michael Bublé and him have a very similar vibe with their music. And that was Let's Call the Whole Thing Off from When the Harry Met Sally soundtrack. And coming up on today's show, it is New Year's Day, but it's still a Tuesday, so that means Jason Besservase will be joining me to talk about Korean films right after Intermission. So that's coming up shortly, so please stick around. Right now I want to get into the next song. The next song is from the movie Last of the Mohicans, which was made in 1992. It's about a Caucasian guy who was raised by Native Americans and has an identity crisis as an adult when the Native American tribe that he's from is fighting against European nations. And this song comes from The Clannad, and it's I Will Find You, from the Last of the Mohicans original soundtrack. Once again, that was a Clannad with I Will Find You from the Last of the Mohicans original soundtrack. Right now I'm going to go into the next song, and the next song is from the film Pretty Woman. I know we talked about this film before from the scene of the day recently, but we're not going to get too into it. It's about Julia Roberts' breakout role, which was back in the 1990s. Wow, it makes me feel old because I know that this movie came out 23 years ago. That's a long time ago. A whole generation has come of age since that time. So here's Roy Orbison with Oh, Pretty Woman, and that will end the first half of our show, but I'll be right back. Welcome back to the Drive-In. It is 2013, and we're in the studio with Jason's Best of Ace for Cape Film Tuesdays. What's up, Jason?
What's up? Happy New Year, Brian. Happy New Year.
You said Happy New Year to me before I got to say it to you. That's not fair.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I quit.
You can say Happy New Year to me now.
Okay. Happy 2013. I didn't want to say exactly the same words, so I wanted to be original.
Well, Happy New Year, Brian.
Great to see you in the new year. You look healthy. You look like you had a great 2012.
Yeah, great. 2012 for me was just one of the best years I can remember.
Okay.
I honestly, it was just absolutely fantastic. A lot of good things have happened to me in 2012, so I've been very blessed and very lucky.
And you've seen a lot of great films in 2012.
Yes. 2012 was a very interesting year for Korean cinema. Like I said last week, I talked about some of the kind of the characteristics or features of 2012. Talked about Pieter, the thieves, record-breaking kind of admissions. And 2012 was a really, it was a phenomenal year for Korean cinema. I don't think anyone expected Korean cinema to do so well. And it's been quite timely, you know, with the popularity of Psy as well and for Korean culture overseas. And so... 2012 will be looked when we go in the future. You know, people will look back and will look at 2012 as a very significant year, and fantastic year. Now we're going to look at 2013, and I'm going to give you a bit of a preview, some highlights, if you like, of what I think will be. You know, really big or certainly prolific movies in 2013.
Okay.
First of all, I mean, we have to mention the Hollywood or international projects where Korean directors or actresses are involved.
Okay.
First up, Cloud Atlas. Now, this goes on release here on the 10th of January, and it stars
My birthday.
Oh, is that your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Well, happy birthday.
Wish you a merry birthday.
Well, last week I sang, and I won't be doing that again.
No, you know what the listener said on my Twitter? They said Jason B has an amazing voice. But I think
I think they were being sarcastic.
No, they're being nice, but everyone is nice. It's 2013. We're going to start off the new year saying good comments and compliments towards each other.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks very much anyway. But yeah, this movie stars Bae Doona. She's in quite a few Korean films. Take Care of My Cat, which is one of my favorites. Also in The Host, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. That was made in 2002. Anyway, she's in this movie. It's her kind of Hollywood debut. Although technically this isn't really a Hollywood movie. This is an independent film that was funded by various sources, I think, but a lot of it came from Europe. And it's directed by Lana and Andy Wachowski. I can never say their names. But they're the directors from The Matrix and Speed Racer.
Wachowski brothers, okay.
Yeah. And, well, actually, they're not brothers anymore. One of them had a sex change.
So, Wachowski lovers.
Wachowski lovers.
I don't know what to call them.
What was it they call themselves? The Starship?
The Wachowskis. I'll call them the Wachowskis.
Starship or something. I can never... they said something to that effect. Also directed by Tom Tykwer, the German filmmaker. And it's based on the book by the British writer David Mitchell that consists of 6 interwoven stories. And it's the most expensive independent movie ever produced, $100 million. Which sounds like a contradictory in terms, really. There's a lot of Hollywood movies that are made less than $100 million. I saw this film. It's a really interesting film. It's a bit of a visual mess, really, but nonetheless, it's really interesting. And I think Bae Doona is absolutely marvelous, you know, in this film. And I think you should check her out. A lot of Korean actors and actresses have really struggled getting into Hollywood. I mean, Lee Byung-hun's probably the only one that's really made it. I think Rain was pretty lame in Speed Racer, and then Jun Jun didn't do too well either. So Bae Doona, I thought she was really good, and the language was not easy. So all respect, for her and her ambitions in Hollywood, and hope she does well. Hope this film does well. They all came for a press conference recently. Now, there's also the new Arnie movie, and now this is directed by Kim Ji-yoon. Now, Kim Ji-yoon directed a few films, The Good, the Bad, and The Weird, Bittersweet Life, I Saw the Devil. So he's a big Korean filmmaker. Now, this is his Hollywood debut, which I'm really looking forward to. And it's starring Arnie, which is being seen as this big comeback following his career as governor of California. And it follows a sheriff chasing that after a drug lord on his way to Mexico. Okay, it sounds very formulaic, but it could be quite interesting. Kim Ji-yoon has got a great reputation for his visual style, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that does. I think, I'm not entirely sure of a release date, but around the January the 18th, I think. So mid-January. And then, of course, Park Chang-wook, who's directing Stoker, starring Nicole Kidman. That's going to premiere at the Sundance Film Festival later on this month in the US. And so that'll be really interesting to see how another Korean film director works in Hollywood. And then you have the Korean kind of international projects. First up is Yoo Seung-won. He made films like The Unjust, which was widely acclaimed, also made Out of Hand. Now, his new movie is called The Berlin Files, starring Ha Jung-woo, Jun Ji-yeon, Han Seok-gyu, and Yoo Seung-bom, his brother. Massive lineup. And it's actually a local spy thriller set in Berlin and other parts of Europe. And 40% of the film is in English. Oh, wow. And you said that the film would be reminiscent of The Bourne Identity. So I'm really, really, really excited about this film. I think it'll be a really interesting blend of kind of Korean film and also Hollywood movies as well.
Korea meets the West world.
And it basically follows a North... Yeah, exactly. And it follows a North Korean agent in Berlin who is betrayed and cut loose. And then you have Bong Joon-ho's Snowpiercer, which I am insanely excited about. This movie is...
But you haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Because I know you'd be watching movies like years before they come out.
Yeah. But this movie, like Bong Joon-ho, for those of you who don't know, he's my favorite film director.
Favorite for Jason,
Favorite film director. Directed films like Memories of Murder, my all-time favorite, The Host, Mother, and Barking Dogs Never Bite. I just love this filmmaker. And this is his first international project, and it's based on the French graphic novel Les Transpionnage by Jacques Loeb and Jean-Marc Roget. And it's basically based on the snow train after the world comes to an end. Shot entirely in Prague, and with 80% of the dialogue in English. It stars Chris Evans from the Fantastic Four, Jamie Bell, John Hurt, Tilda Swinton, and Octavia Spencer, as well as Song Kang-ho and Ed Harris. I mean, what a cast. I mean, this movie is going to be hot.
Huh? Wow, Song Kang-ho was in this movie too.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. I reckon it's good. I'm not entirely sure when this movie will premiere, but I got a feeling it might premiere at the Cannes Film Festival with a summer release planned.
Would you be going to the Cannes Film Festival?
I'd love to. That's my dream. It's always been my dream to go there. But
well, if I get invited, I'll be sure to make sure I invite you as well.
Yeah, please do.
If I get invited.
I really want to go. I mean, this movie should premiere there, so I think it'll be... You never know, it may even premiere in one of the key sections, or competition or whatever. But really excited about that movie.
Awesome. Right now we have a song for you guys, and then we'll be right back. This is Cherry Filter singing Planda Se Ke from the Barking Dogs Never Bite original soundtrack. Once again, that was Planda Se Ke, sung by the Cherry Filters. Wow. What an out-of-this-world song.
Yeah, for those of you wondering what the connection was, basically, Barking Dogs Never Bite was directed by Bong Joon-ho, and he's directing the Snowpiercer, which is what I was talking about earlier.
Which is your favorite director.
Exactly. Now you got me singing. What's
See? It works. It's rubbing off on you.
Oh dear,
I'm like a good virus. I go viral on people with the musical talents.
The reputation for this show is going to go down the toilet now because I'm singing.
No, it's not.
Anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about some local films. So I talked about the kind of the international projects and the Korean filmmakers and actresses working in Hollywood or out of Korea. So as for local films, Jang Jun-hwan, he made the movie Save the Green Planet, which is basically widely acclaimed. 지구를 지켜라. It actually failed on the box office back in 2003, but has since basically attracted a cult following. Now he's returning after an 11-year hiatus. I'm really excited about this. With a movie called Hwae, starring Kim Yoon-suk, who has probably one of the best box office records in Korean cinema. I spoke about him a few weeks ago with Punch Wandogi, and this movie follows a 16-year-old boy of the same name, Hwae, who is raised by 5 criminal fathers to become the perfect killer. So I'm very excited about that movie. It's caused a bit of a storm recently on the internet. Other prolific filmmakers also making films this year, and they include Han Jae-rim. He made The Show Must Go On in 2006, and Rules of Dating as well. I really like him. I loved both of his films, and he's making a film called Kwansang. Doesn't have an English title yet, and that stars Song Kang-ho and Lee Jung-jae. So very excited about that. Also making films is Kim Han-min from War of the Arrows, or Hwal, and he's making a movie called Battle of Myeongrang, Whirlwind Sea, and that stars Chae Min-sik, so another historical film. I wouldn't say Hwal is necessarily a historical movie, but nonetheless, it's a movie that takes place many, many years ago. And also making films is Won Shin-young, and he made 7 Days and The Bloody Area. Really liked Bloody Area. Also quite like 7 Days. And he's making a movie called Suspect about a North Korean spy who becomes the prime suspect in a murder case. That's quite interesting because you got, like I said earlier, Yoo Sung-won making a spy movie in Berlin. So a couple of spy movies out. So that'll be interesting if you're partial to spy movies.
Spy movies are always fun.
Definitely. So
they're fun to watch.
So like I said last week, 2012 was an absolutely fantastic year for Korean cinema. And as I think I've just demonstrated, 2013 looks hot. Hot. Like steaming hot.
Like H-O-T hot.
Hot.
Like hot chocolate hot. I don't know, I'm just going way overboard with this. Right now it's time to wrap up with Jason, but we'll see you next week. But before you go, we got a song for you guys from 연애 목적 original soundtrack. This is 맛있는 사랑, and this is a really good instrumental, so check it out, y'all, and I'll be right back. Welcome back to The Drive-In with your host, Brian Ju. Right now, I'll play a song for you guys. And this is from the 2007 film High School Musical. This song is played in New Year's Eve party scene. I'm pretty sure it's set up for you guys right now perfectly because it is the new year. It's the new year, and that's why we're going to play this song for you guys. And it's a great song. And so we're going to play the song right now and then go straight into the ending. So stick around. Here's Start of Something New from the High School Musical soundtrack. Check it out. That was start of something new from the High School Musical soundtrack. And right now it's time to end the show. I know what you guys are thinking. No, Brian. But guess what? It's New Year's. Go out. Have a great time with all your friends and family. But stick around right now on the radio because we have 101.3 Main Street with An Jung-hyung next. The next song we're going to play for you guys is from the 1992 film 1492, Conquest of Paradise. And it's about Christopher Columbus and his journeys. Played the actor from France. He actually played the role as Christopher Columbus, Gerard Depardieu. So if you guys haven't seen this movie, please go and check it out. Although a lot of the ratings weren't that great, debuting only at number 7, it's still something you should watch because it's historical facts. A lot of people say that historical facts weren't accurate, but you be the judge of that. So we're going to play this song for you guys right now. This is Vangelis from the Conquest of Paradise soundtrack. This is Conquest of Paradise. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.